Hi everybody and welcome back to the channel. Now this time of year all the main manufacturers are releasing their brand new products for the season, so we're going to start today with the new Mavrik family from Callaway Golf. Now the much anticipated release of the Mavrik family came earlier on this week and there was a massive media storm, lots of people testing it, lots of people keen to know what it does. As in previous years they've released 3 heads to go with the driver, which is the standard head, the max and the sub-zero, all of which we're going to be testing today and give you our recommendations on which sort of golfer they will be suited for. There's also some big claims and some major differences from last year's Epic Flash range, particularly in the ball speed. Callaway claimed this one is 5 yards longer across the range. That's because improved aerodynamics. It creates 61% less drag than the Epic Flash, making 1.5 miles per hour faster through the air. It's also more forgiving because of the design. It's got a taller ribbon and a flatter crown than the Epic Flash, and the new artificial intelligence redesigned the bars, the jailbreak bars that we've seen in the previous models, which improves the acoustics for a lower pitched sound. So before we get stuck into a test, I want to talk to you about the initial impressions, the look of the new driver. It still looks like a Callaway. It retains a lot of the sort of looks and the shapes that the Epic Flash had of last year, but with some subtle improvements. If you look down on the crown, if you put the club behind the ball, they've got rid of the white line that the Epic Flash had just set back from the leading edge. Now that's it just goes nicely from sort of black into the carbon effect look at the top, and then replaced the sort of lime green Epic Flash colour combination with the new sort of burnt orange copper look of the Mavrik. Now the biggest noticeable change for me is the design of the actual head itself. Callaway have designed this Mavrik range with a taller ribbon and a flatter crown. I presume that's to do more with the aerodynamics and the artificial intelligence that they're talking about, which reduces drag and increases club head speed. So we're going to hit some shots indoors, first up with all 3 head models. I'm going to use the same shaft, which is my Graphite Blue Stiff, which is playing 44.25 inches long, so a little shorter than standard. That helps me optimise strike. And all heads are 10.5, and we're going to be using TaylorMade TP5X golf balls. So the big talking point across all the reviews I've seen so far is how this golf club sounds. Sound obviously has a direct correlation to feel, and there's been a lot of positive noises going on social media and across the YouTube platforms about how this is distinctly different to the sound of last year's Epic Flash model. So let's get straight into it. Now I normally carry the driver, I try to get it carrying about 260, running out to about 275, 280. Now I've got to remind you that my GC quad's set on Oldham level. I've not been an holiday to Switzerland, so it's actually giving real readings. So let's have a crack. Again, the claim by Callaways, the aerodynamics will improve swing speed and therefore increase the ball speed. I normally swing it at between 105 and 108 mile an hour and get about 155, 156 ball speed. There we go. Back strike, a little bit sort of toe side of centre. That came out nice, it felt good. A 160 carry at the minute. I'm generally a straight driver of the ball. I tend to favour that over hitting it off the planet. Feels really forgiving. Sounds good, feels good. Let's get out there a little bit. It's a better one. I'm going to hit 2 more. Remember, this is the standard head, the head that's got visually the most changes. Again, I'll do that quite well. I'm just carrying over 160, that 260, sorry, that'll do me. That's a pretty good shot. So let's have a look at the averages. Take a look, this is what not a lot of people show. You'll take a look at the strike pattern first, which is, you see all my shots are slightly northwest of centre. I've not quite middled it, hence is why I get that ever so slight ball flight that starts right, and depending how well I square the face up, it does draw back to the centre a little bit. So that's my strike pattern here. Let's have a look at the ball numbers. Okay, yeah, so 258 average. I've had a couple over 260 there and a couple under them warm swings, but that's about my average shot. I'm pretty pleased with that. Running out to 275. Now, interesting enough, I'm launching this club a lot better. With last year's Epic, I was launching a little bit low, between 10 and 11 degrees, so straight away that's an improvement for me. Ball speed 153. Okay, 4 shots, first ones of the day. I can probably get a little bit more out of that as I warm up. But let's have a look at the swing speed. There we go, 108. So it is, or I am, I should say, a little bit faster using this driver at the minute. Okay, I'm going to go with a Sub-Zero model now, which is the lower launching, lower spinning model of the family. Again, it's got 2 adjustable weights front to back there, 14 and 2 grams I think, so depending on which way you move those weights is depending on which way your ball flight is dictated. Again, the heavier weight forward for lower launch, lower spin, heavier weight in the back for higher MOI and forgiveness and all that. So again, 4 shots with the Sub-Zero. I'm expecting straight away to see it launching lower and spinning lower, and maybe as a result of that not carrying as far. It'll be interesting to see if the swing speed maintains, because remember this head is slightly different from the standard one in the design of the aerodynamics. Yeah, not bad, just right centre. Got legs. Oh, it's not too bad. A little shy at 260 carry. Definitely came out a lot lower. Slight heel strike as well, I feel on that one. Shot 2 Sub-Zero. That's a little bit high and toey. I'm struggling to feel like I can get this one in there. Not too much difference between this one and the standard model behind the ball. If anything, it's not as deep in the head. This one's a little bit more rounded. Gives you the impression that the head is a little smaller. Shot 3 Sub-Zero. I hit that well. Again, just got to get up there to 260. No, nowhere near it. Again, it's just falling out the sky because it's not launching or spinning high enough for me. But that's not to say it's not for those lads who can get through the ball, have a lot of hand speed and so forth. Last shot Sub-Zero. Again, I've hit that well. That is a line ball. Felt like I had to take a rub up at that to get it in the sky. Let's have a look at some numbers. Again, strike a little bit all over the place with the Sub-Zero. Path and face relationship's very similar. Ball numbers with the Sub-Zero.
Similar ball speed, but look at that launch. That's the big one for me. 10.5 on average compared to 13.1 with the standard head. It's just dropping out the sky for me. Spins down, not a right lot, but it's down enough. And obviously the carry distance as a result of that is less. Peak height 26 yards, I just can't get it in the sky. Standard head all over for me, and this again is the importance of custom fitting. Club head speed, not too dissimilar though. Let's call it the same.
So finally, the max version, which is the anti-slice model. It's got the extra weight in the heel there to help square the club face up for anybody that battles with the odd one to the right. Okay, shot one Mavrik Max. I'm expecting this one again to tail a little off to the left because it's got the draw bias, weights in the head. Probably going to make it spin a little bit more as well. Really well. Not turning as much as I thought at the time. A little bit higher off the club face and higher spin. Not a bad golf shot though, it's a little bit shorter. Shot 2, Mavrik Max. Again, hit very well. See there, turning a little right to left, it's not too bad though. Again, just falling out the sky a bit. Feels pretty good. Feels very solid, very forgiving. And looks really nice behind the ball, even though it's a slightly bigger crown, longer at the back. I can really see the squareness of the club face as it sits at rest. Shot 3, Mavrik Max. Okay, final shot, Mavrik Max. I felt like I healed that one to keep it on the right, and it has done. So that was me kicking in then. I knew I've got a draw bias driver in my hand. I knew I had to make some changes during the swing to stop it going off to the left. As a consequence, I compromised on the strike, got it right out of the heel, and it's gone absolutely nowhere. Let's have a look at these numbers. So first again I'll show you the strike, very heely here. Again I think that's me compensating, I'm trying to stop the toe rotating over and losing the shot to the left. My angle of attack is relatively the same. So going on to the actual numbers now. Overall not too bad. I didn't really strike it as well as I'd like to have done, as I've just mentioned, trying to probably hold it off a little bit to stop it flipping over, but the carry distance isn't too bad, definitely compared to the Sub-Zero, which I really struggled to get up in the air. This one was a lot more forgiving, a lot easier. The biggest difference on here now is the spin is up above 3,000 revs, which I probably expect for a max forgiving driver. Peak height's back up there to where the standard model was. Not a bad option to be fair. Ball speed's relatively the same and launch is pretty much where it should be. So yeah, out of the 3 models, definitely the standard or the max version for me. Again, probably go with the standard because I did feel like I was stopping the max from turning over, maybe manipulating it a little bit. So overall, a lot of positive results from the new Mavrik family test. Some good, no. So all in all, some very positive results from the Mavrik. So all in all, no. So there we have it, some very positive results from the test of the new Mavrik family from Callaway. What I'm going to say now is, what I found interesting was the success of the max version for myself. I fully expected that one to go off the planet left, but it didn't. It provided some very good forgiving golf shots and didn't really fall off performance wise when it came to carry distance and so forth. So for me, the standard version it is. I felt like I hit that one the best. Very forgiving, and gave me the results that I needed. It's gone straight in the bag. But also I wouldn't discount the Max version, that also gave some solid performance results as well as being really forgiving. Again, the importance of custom fitting comes into play here, so make sure you see your PGA professional to get that done. Also some interesting feedback coming from Abu Dhabi from the new Callaway Mavrik range. Callaway are currently the leaders of driver usage in that tournament, 12.7% ahead of the second nearest competitor. Thanks for watching everybody. Don't forget, click that subscribe button down below and click the bell icon to receive notifications of our future videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.